Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6, the premiere of Season 6, and I'm going to be talking as well about Season 7 and the possibility of Season 8. But alright, to get the first part of this out of the way, let's talk the premiere date for Season 6, which is confirmed to be in May. No exact date, but nonetheless it's been confirmed to be May. Now it's definitely beyond 17, 18, maybe even 20 May, after everything has earned its finales, like the fall seasons and the mid-season entries. But here's the bit of news that might enable you, some of you at least, to actually watch the premiere ahead of anyone else. The premiere will be screening during WonderCon, which will be held between March 29th and March 31st. But there's also the fact that during WonderCon, the Marvel animated feature, Marvel Rising, Heart of Iron, is going to be premiering. Now, if you don't happen to have watched the previously released Marvel Rising series or Marvel Rising features, they do actually star Dove Cameron in the role of Spider-Gwen and Chloe Bennett in the role of Daisy Johnson, doing the voices for these characters, that is. But obviously, as well, the versions of the characters on these series are not the ones from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so this is not the Daisy Johnson that we're used to. You could still, though, definitely watch them. I mean, as a fan of comic books and as a fan of comic book-based TV series and movies, I watch everything that comes my way, good or bad, I do watch them. I mean, I had to sit through Inhumans because of that trait of mine, but nonetheless, I do that all the time, so definitely a must-watch. But nonetheless, moving on to the other topic on my docket on this video, and this one is a little bit of a sensitive topic and a little bit of an irritating one for me to talk about. Now, while Season 5 was airing, there were all these articles that started talking about how Season 5 is the final season of the series. Some of them used the word probably, some of them used confirmed, and some of them just made the decision. This is the final season. No probably, no confirmed, just as the final season. But nonetheless, the series was renewed for a Season 6, and after that, it was renewed for a Season 7. Now let's go back to what was said by the producers during the airing of Season 5. They had all these articles, all these clickbait articles, go for the titles, that kind of insinuate that Season 5 is the final season of the series. Now back then, all that the producers said was, okay, so we've never been renewed on time. We've always ran the risk of cancellation, and we're not really sure if we're going to get renewed for a 6th season or not. So what we decided to do over here is kind of give a satisfying ending. Like, in case we don't get renewed, this is it, and you will be satisfied with this ending, and in case we get renewed, we have new stories to tell. We do as well have something plugged into the series that would allow us to start a new story come Season 6 if we get a Season 6, and if not, it's not really a huge cliffhanger. We wanted to do this to please the fans, yada yada yada, and all stuff like that made us all happy inside, because these people care. But they never really said anything about probably being the last season, or we're confirmed to be cancelled, or Season 5 is confirmed to be the final season. So, what the hell is up with all of these clickbait articles? The problem with these articles is as follows. When I posted my video about Season 6, the trailer for Season 6, some people were actually surprised. I read that Season 5 is going to be the final season. It was confirmed that it was the final season. When I posted my video about the renewal of the series for Season 7 and started speaking about the ABC press release website and how the press release is right there, a lot of people were like, no, this is not going to happen. Season 5 was the final season of the series. Some others who were lucky enough to hear about Season 6 were like, okay, you know what, Season 6 was announced to be the final season of the series, because once again, articles went out of their way to talk about Season 6 like it's the final season of the series. Like, out of nowhere, they decided to go that way. So pretty much this was the part that I rant about clickbait when it comes to Seasons 5 and Season 6 and the renewal of the series for Season 7. But right now we've got a new problem. They're talking about Seasons 6 and 7 being the final seasons of the series. There are no seasons after Season 7. This time though, Den of Geek, which is a website that I love by the way, did start this rumor and did work their way through it. So what they did over here is they quoted Clark Gregg out of the press junket for Captain Marvel, stating that that's the word I've heard. The announcement I read was 2 more seasons, 6 and 7. And then they twisted that into Season 7 is going to be the final season of the series. Now I can't imagine this being the answer to is Season 7 the final season? I could imagine this being the answer to a question like, did you hear anything about any seasons beyond 6 and 7? Well, that's the word I've heard. The announcement I read was 2 more seasons, 6 and 7. So it's kind of a no to that one question, but it's not really confirmation that Season 7 is going to be the final season. How in the hell could you take that and create an article titled, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 likely to end series. And then you start the article with something like, it looks like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 will be the end for Phil Coulson and the gang. That's just, in my books, extremely dramatic. Like you're hearing something and you're deciding, okay, I'm gonna make it into something else. That's gonna get me more clicks. Kind of reminds me of all those stupid articles out there that went on the next day after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6 trailer was released, and they were like, okay, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6 Avengers Endgame Easter eggs. Well, I'm sorry, I can agree with you that Season 6 might tie in with Endgame, but nonetheless, there was not a single Easter egg that had anything to do with Endgame on that trailer. But okay, I'm gonna stop ranting now and start talking what I think. What I think is, there is no decision yet, and there's not gonna be any decisions until they check out the ratings. What I think as well is they're doing these 13 episode seasons in order to test the waters for Disney+. I mean, there's nothing better than having something that's a sure thing when you're starting a platform, a streaming platform, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. might be their sure thing. So they're giving us 13 episodes during the summer, a time where there are not a lot of series, so that will basically allow them to check the viewership, the kind of viewership that they might need for Disney+. They are also going to give us a 7th season that might air on ABC in January because it's filming right now. It's been announced that it started filming, and basically they might check the waters as well as to how that performs. So if anything, this is not the end, like not definitely the end. This is not likely to be the end. In fact, it's more likely not to be the end than it's likely to be the end of the series. It's a business decision really. Will we continue the series? Will we not continue the series? And to decide whether or not you're going to continue this series, you need to know whether or not it's going to generate the revenue that you need out of it. And the revenue stream might still exist, they just don't know it yet, and they will have to test the waters in order to find that out. But this is also funny for another reason, because there's no actor in his right mind who would go out of his way to state that a series that generates his very own revenue stream that's not ending yet, that no decision has been made to that effect about, is ending soon. That is just crazy, doesn't make any kind of sense, and especially when it comes to someone like Clark Gregg, who obviously, by the way, does seem to choose his words and doesn't let anything slip out unless it's necessary, unless it has to be said. But there's one final thing on my docket over here that I kind of forgot mentioning at the very beginning of the video, and I was about to completely forget mentioning on this video, which is basically all about the poster that's been posted on the Twitter account of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a poster for Season 6. Now, the poster that you do see on the screen right now does give us a lot of information that is much needed. For example, behind the letter E in S.H.I.E.L.D., we do see Phil Coulson or Clark Gregg. Now, we don't know yet who Clark Gregg is going to be on the upcoming season. Is he going to be Phil Coulson, the butterfly theory, someone without the memories of being Phil Coulson, but nonetheless the body of Phil Coulson? Or is he going to be someone completely different, like an alternate reality Coulson, or a Zartan or Skrull Coulson? Anything is possible at the moment, but is it possible that he's behind the E because he's going to be an evil Coulson, like a lot of people did speculate? I mean, that does hint at the possibility. But it also hints at the fact that Clark Gregg is not going to be a guest star. He's going to be a series regular for the entire season. He's going to be around for the majority of the episodes, if not all the episodes. But as for the rest of the characters that we do see on this poster, we've got Deke in front of the S, we've got Yo-Yo and Daisy in front of the H, we've got Mac in front of the I, May in front of the E, Simmons in front of the L, and Fitz in front of the D. And the interesting thing about Fitz is that he's wearing a jumpsuit similar to the one that we saw on the trailer, the one that Enoch is wearing on the trailer, that is. Now, I'm not trying to use any kind of definitive tone over here. This is just a poster, so it might be everything and it might be nothing, but nonetheless, the fact that we see Ian DeCasticar in this jumpsuit might hint to the idea that we're going to be seeing Fitz from the very beginning of the season. A lot of people are worried that we're going to have the same issue that we had in Season 5, not seeing Fitz from the very first moment, having to wait all the way till Episode 5, but that might not actually be the case because we might see Fitz in flashbacks over the course of the first 2 episodes, like basically Enoch reacting to the fact that the future has changed, waking up Fitz, or Fitz being woken up by someone else, whoever it is that took him out and away from the Chronicom ship. But anyway though, I've got a theory on Fitz that I've been postponing posting for a while now, and I'm going to try to do it over the course of March. I don't have a lot of videos actually that I'm going to be posting in March, so I'm going to have a lot more time for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. along with other stuff that I've been wanting to talk about. I'm still though, and for the time being, gonna maintain a schedule of 3 to 5 videos per week. I don't want to overdo this, I don't want to get burnt out, and I don't want to just post videos for the sake of posting videos. Or otherwise I'll probably find myself posting videos titled Season So-and-so of So-and-so series, most likely to be the final season. But that being said though, let me know if you're going to be attending WonderCon and watching the premiere of the season before everyone else. Let me know if you're a fan of these kind of articles that basically take things out of context, and let me know what you think of this new poster of the new season of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let me know as well if you did like this video by dropping it a much appreciated like, subscribing to this channel, and enabling notifications for my future videos, community posts, and live streams. Until the next time you tune in for another one of my videos, AOS or otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in to this video, and have a great day.